Yo, welcome back to your boy, Shine Every Way. Appreciate the love. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for liking and subscribing and commenting on everything. I really appreciate it. I read all y'all comments and, good, bad, or indifferent. So, yeah, thanks for all the love. Shout out to Sunny. She's supposed to be having a baby right now. Hopefully, good luck, congratulations. Love you. Much love. Blessings, blessings. Positive energy being sent your way. Shout out to my girl, Tiff West. Shout out to the You Can Sit with Us panel. Love y'all. Thank you. But as y'all see from the title, I'm going to be reviewing the Surviving R. Kelly 2, The Reckoning. It came out on Lifetime a few days ago, and that shit was long as hell. Lifetime, the fuck? Did you show everything? Did you even edit? Did you just put it all on there? But whatever. So they just released the Surviving R. Kelly 2, The Reckoning. I just want to start off by saying shout out to all the women that came through and came and told their story. Whether you agree with their story or not, you have to realize, like, I definitely want to say this, that these women are still victims. Whether you want to believe them or not, you don't have to criticize someone's story to the point to where they feel that they're backed into a depressive corner because of all the negative, nasty things that you're saying about them that they probably already haven't said about themselves. So all of the trolls and people that troll these women and call them names all because they came forward, you people are the reason why people don't come forward. To why they suppress their emotions and keep it inside and try to move on with their life damaged rather than dealing with their real issues and dealing with the perpetrator that came through and wrecked their lives, came and changed their lives and, put them through very traumatic situations and things of that nature. I mean, you're the reasons they don't do it. They see all the scrutiny. And then at times you have people on there that have been hurt, that have been traumatized, that have been abused, and they're even spewing hateful comments at these women, all in the name of somebody that they don't even know, somebody that they know of, someone that they idolize through hearing them versus to knowing them. These women have actually had experiences with this man. So for you fans and people to come through and disrespect them to where they have to move, to where they have to change their address because of death threats and people actually showing up on their doorstep and things in that nature, it's disgusting. And y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. You should never get involved with somebody else's life that much to where you fall off your own square. So you're willing to go to jail and things in this nature, all in the name of somebody you have never even came in contact with. Someone that has done something to someone that can actually say, I know this individual and you don't. So I'm just start off by saying that. Stop coming at them women like that. It's disgusting and you should be ashamed of your damn self for coming at a victim and saying foul things all in the name of someone. It's gross. So yeah, so the spoiler alert if you haven't watched the documentary, because I am going to be throwing some, yeah, so if you haven't watched it, oh goddamn well. So pause it and then go watch it and then come back through. So but yeah, I'm gonna start off with it started with Bruce Kelly and Carrie Kelly. Those are Robert Kelly's brothers, eldest and one younger. Or no, I think both of them are older. Yeah, both of them are older than him. R. Kelly's the baby, I believe. So it came out with, Bruce Kelly basically, telling you how, R. Kelly or Robert Kelly was traumatized and had been being abused from ages 7 to almost 14, or 14, by, the neighborhood uncle, if you will, that they call Mr. Henry. Now, Mr. Henry was not the only person that Bruce and Carrie, and also in R. Kelly's book that he wrote called Solar Coaster, he also admits in that book, as well as in an interview that he did in 2016, and in a song called I Admit, which came out, I think, 2018. The song I Admit came out. And he even says in that song that, there was a family member that, you know, hurt me. So yeah, and that family member was a female family member. Carrie and Bruce both stated that as well. And Bruce literally had to the Lifetime producers had to cut the camera because Bruce was literally like a whisper away from naming the culprit, because this culprit as in female family member, was also the one who had been hurting him, had been abusing him. So he knew that it was true, because it's just like, well, this same person was doing the same thing to me. So, but they didn't necessarily know that it was happening to one another until they kind of, had the conversations, about it. So, like transferring information, kind of figuring out that, oh, well, this happened to you too. But The family member, which Carrie Kelly has a book, and in the book he names the not like real name, but he states who it was, and he stated that it was their sister, their older sister. And I feel like they really like when no, it's literally like basically the definition, excuse me, of Stockholm syndrome. They love their sister. That's their family. So they want to protect her. And when these things were happening, I believe the sister was underage as well. So I feel like they kind of look at it differently, but it's like my family, so I don't want to hurt my family by sending my family away. This nature, like we're supposed to stick together, so I can't go against you because you're my blood. So I don't want anything to happen to that individual because I know that they didn't mean it when the damage is done, and they deserve to go away for it. I mean, if Robert Kelly deserves to go away for it, shouldn't this person be held accountable as well? It's not. To me, it's teetering this the I mean, abuse is abuse, So I mean, hey, I feel like throw away the key, to the family member as well, because you're just as wrong. Now, Mr. Henry, the neighborhood uncle, was very friendly to the people in the neighborhood, to everyone, so it made, I feel, Robert Kelly as a young age, it made him really comfortable, being around him, especially alone, because he knew that this person was caring, that I trust this person. I know they're not going to hurt me, so when the abuse started to happen, I feel like young Robert Kelly was confused, because it's just like, but I also feel like that's where he got, because a lot of, Robert Kelly's victims have stated that, they get tit for tat. You get food and, shopping and, get to go to concerts and stuff like that and fly places if you obey his rules. But if you don't obey the rules, then you are punished. And I feel that that's where Robert Kelly got that mind frame, from Mr. Henry, because Mr. Henry gave him things, rather candy or watching him, whatever, that made him happy. Because, when you're in a inner city area that where like Robert Kelly grew up, it's a lot of poverty and it's not a lot of opportunity, at least the opportunity that you can visibly see, so it's, you got to find happiness where you can find it, especially when you're in such a dark place, you have to find some type of sunshine. And I feel that Mr. Henry was Robert Kelly's sunshine. He was someone that came around and made him feel happy and comfortable. And not only that, he gave him things, so he really trusted him. So when Mr. Henry broke that trust as an adolescent, it really confused young Robert Kelly. And I think that that's where he got the dynamic to where, because if he did something good, then Mr. Henry would reward him. And if he did something bad, then I feel in some way Mr. Henry will punish him, rather not giving him something or making sure that, whatever he felt the need to do what he was doing to get what he was getting. But as a child, you don't understand that. So that got me to thinking. I'm a thinker. Y'all know I like to think. And I was just like, okay, well, is it possible that since, most, especially when you have good parents, whether single parent or two parent households, you usually don't start engaging into sexual activity until, like the earliest, maybe like 13. But I mean, usually it's like 14 to 16 is when you really start to, when the kissing and things like that really start to kick up a notch, second base, third base, fourth base, type of thing. So as you're a little bit older, when you're dating people around your age or your age, then you get to explore and find out what you like, sexually, and what makes you feel good, or what you like and what you don't like, and an adult, because to me, being sexually active is an adult decision, so when you're, such at a young age, it's like as an adolescent, it's completely different. So like when you're normal years between, I would say, 14 and 17 is when you really start to dabble, so you're not really before that, those you have all of those years before to just be a kid, and just not even think about that type of stuff, just worry about school and cartoons and farts and stuff and whatever, toys and games and all of that, but then you hit a certain age, so you have to like mature a little bit because you're getting older, so you're going to have to start making different decisions, so with Robert Kelly, if he had been being abused since the age of 7 and up, and by a male and a female, I would wonder if, I mean, especially being abused by the female, because that she, to my understanding, I believe allegedly, that she was a teenager, when young Robert was, 7 or whatever. So what if, just thinking, Robert Kelly got stuck in the psyche since this teenager is making me at this young, fragile age have to be an adult and decide what I like and what I dislike, in a sexual manner. What if when he was first attracted to the family member, that that attraction just never left because he always got stuck in that mind frame because he was traumatized, so it's like he got stuck in the, and then upon, because when someone's doing something to you that isn't right, especially that's related to you, and you feel that it's not right, but it feels physically good, how do you determine that at such a young age? You know, as like a adolescent, like how do you determine, and then especially if you don't have anybody teaching you right from wrong. So you don't necessarily know that this is wrong. It feels wrong, but so at the same time, it also physically feels good. So it's just like, but this person, I feel like, should be doing this. Because you just get the feeling, everyone, it's the intuition that you get that this isn't right, but still at the same time, I like it. And at that age that young Robert Kelly was, he wasn't consenting anyway because he was a child. You can't consent. So either way it went, it was unwilling. So with that happening, what if he got stuck in the mind frame of liking that teenager to where he never got help and it became an illness to where he can't literally get his mind off of being attracted to that because he started deciding what he was attracted to so early, to where he literally got stuck in that mind frame when most children have, a good 6 to 7 more years before they even have to make those type of decisions or think that way at all, And then on top of that, with him being abused by the Mr. Henry, in the neighborhood, his mother filed charges against Mr. Henry, and Mr. Henry was arrested, and there was,